Okay, gang, this is Deb and Dave. We're back again with another of Donald Trump's picks for cabinet positions. This go around, we're talking about Russell Vought, who will be the director of the Office of Management and Budget. You will remember that when the Democrats wanted to put Neera Tanden in, there was a giant uprising about how she couldn't possibly be in that position. Well, Russell Vought is the architect of Project 2025. Get on the phone. He must not be confirmed for this position. Go ahead, Dave.
A couple things. Number one, he was assistant director in Trump's first term. He was, he at the end of the term, like the last year or so, he was director of the OMB. So for Trump to say, number one, he knew nothing about Project 2025. He had the one of the architects of Project 2025 as the director of the Office of Management and Budget. I mean, come on. So, but the,
How gullible do you
but the,
all want to be?
I mean, come on. You know, the other thing, I, I'm gonna show this because everybody's up in arms about Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a real danger. I agree with that. His meddling in international politics, trying to push for right wing despots and all that in Germany and other parts of the world.
He's
I
messing. He's
understand.
messing in England too. He's doing something in
Yes, he
England.
is.
I mean, there was a guy on yesterday that I actually saved the video of that ripped him a new one. He is a very, he's a buffoon, but he's a dangerous buffoon. He really is.
But I believe that those two, where they're dangerous, yeah. They're the dog and pony show. They're the face of everything. Russell Vought, he is just this like little squirrely looking businessman in a suit and a tie, looks very professional, blah, blah, blah. Let's get into it. All right. First off, I don't know if people are aware of what the office of of the OMB actually is. So I'm gonna this is what the director of the OMB does. Budget development and execution for the country. Management, including oversight of agency performance, procurement, financial management, and information technology. Three, coordination and review of all significant federal regulations from executive agencies, private policy, information policy, and review and assessment of information collection requests. Four, clearance and coordination of legislative and other materials, including agency testimony, legislative proposals, and other communications with Congress and coordination of other presidential actions. Five, clearance of presidential executive orders and memoranda to agency heads prior to their issuance. This guy is extremely important. Okay. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to show a couple more things about Mr. Vought. Yes, he was in the assistant position for the most part, then was director of OMB. He's also a Heritage Foundation person, and he is one of the Project 2025 architects. He also created another think tank because we can't have enough of them, Deb. Deb, we can't have enough of them.
Right. Tony, they
By the
fuck.
way, can I just say this before? Again, we're talking about efficiency, right? So you have the director of OMB. I would think that would be enough. Well, you have these two clowns running around, saying whatever they're saying too.
Right.
Just saying. I've said it before. So, da, 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 da. So we have, I'm going to go over a couple of these things. Okay. The Center for Renewing America. Sounds exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah, a
Not
real
really.
laugh a
Yeah.
minute.
So here we go. Da-da-da-da. Right off the bat, Christian nationalism.
Right up there. Yeah.
For God, for country, for community, blah, blah, blah. Our mission is to renew a consensus of America as a nation under God with unique
Free.
interests, yeah, worthy of
Very
defending
afraid.
that flow from its people, institutions, and history, from where individuals' enjoyment of freedom is predicated on listening to your king, basically, on just laws and healthy communities. Like, I don't know, California.
See, is this guy aware that one of the main reasons we had the Revolutionary War was because we didn't want to bow down to the Queen's God? Are we aware of that? I
I'm
mean,
sure he's aware of it.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure. I'm sure he's aware of it. I'm not sure how much the American people are aware of. Okay, we did not want England's God shoved down our throat. That's why we came here. Okay, so let's get it right this time.
all right, so I'm gonna cover these three little articles very quickly because this is basically the guts of Russell Vogt. On the power of the president to appoint his magistrates, the Constitution provides for a president to discharge his electoral mandate with his people in place of the administration's officers of the United States, even without swift Senate cooperation. You know what that means, Steph.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
He wants Trump just to ram his cabinet through.
That's right. That's exactly right.
That's the one. Now, this sounds good, right? Policy brief and introduction to making America healthy again.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Rising chronic diseases, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Policies responses to these realities range from horrid to catastrophic. Price controls for medication, insulin, and medical devices negatively impact supply and demand and result in cost shifting for hardworking households.
Oh, stop it.
He's he's a fan of Skrelly. Remember the whole insulin thing and
Yeah. He wants
750,
free market. He
750.
wants free market medication. No,
Yes,
no. In other words, they have every intention of rolling back Biden's $35 a month insulin thing. All of those medications,
all of the
all of
medication. Yep.
those. Yep.
New sick leave requirements on businesses limit employer benefits and increase the cost of basic goods and services. So basically, if you're sick, you go to work.
That's actually a lie. None of this stuff is based in fact. None of it.
Right.
There is no evidence of any of that. Okay.
Okay. He's basically, as Deb said, he's basically a free market guy.
Yep.
Okay. Weak fitness requirements jeopardize the ability of the United States Armed Forces to defeat our enemies on the battlefield, not putting a drunk in charge of the Department of Defense.
Right. Right. Uh,
I'm just saying.
Government run healthcare exponentially increases. You missed one. I was reading it. Government run healthcare exponentially
Oh,
increases costs and empowers bureaucrats to dictate health decisions for both patients and doctors. That's a lie too. That's a lie too. All right? That's an absolute lie. I can tell you that it's a lie. All right? I can tell you that. My child has Mass Health here. That's an absolute fucking lie. It's United Healthcare and all those other companies that deny your services. Okay?
so just wanted, I'm going back to the other one. Medical tyranny. Yes, it's all about vaccines and masks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woke and weaponized. Gotta help me.
No, don't make me do it.
Election integrity. We're fine now because Trump won.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so does I had to look this up. Impoundment claim and response. Basically, what this is if Trump doesn't like something that is put in the budget, he can just not spend on it. We have I have a source in here to show how it's been done before. Nixon did it back in the 70s with like the Clean Water Act or whatever. He just refused to spend the money that was appropriated for whatever it was. And not for nothing, if he starts doing that and we actually get this back in 4 years, I I ask the president, the future president, to do the exact same thing. If any money is appropriated towards the wall, don't spend the money.
That's right.
Okay, that let's cut the crap already. All right. So there are some other sources in here, but basically that is Russell Vought in a nutshell. He is a Project 2025 person. And for Donald Trump to have the nerve to say that he knew nothing of Project 2025 when he had the director of the OMB as Russell Vought.
Right.
I mean, come on. So I know that this is an office that is overlooked by many people, but
Because
it's
it's kind
it's
of one of those things that operates in the background. You don't see
yes,
them. They don't make a lot of speeches. They, whatever it is, they don't, but they pull a lot of strings. That's the thing. And they're out of the public view. And this guy, I'm going to tell you, part of what you do when you appoint people to these positions is have people who can think for themselves so that they can push back on some stuff, not so that they can be I don't know, a yes man for the president of the United States.
right.
It's like giving Trump his own personal banker to make decisions on what they're going to spend and what they're not going to spend, even if the legislature passes it. And that's this is not the guy that should be in that position.
I say that he's more dangerous than a yes man. He actually does know what he's doing, but what he's doing is dangerous.
Right.
You don't withhold, by the way, you're hearing it. You don't withhold funds for disaster relief to a state because you don't like the governor of the state.
Or because the state is a blue state.
Or right,
All right. So let's go back to when Trump was in office the first time in California had wildfire problems. He was not going to release that money until one of Trump's guys who actually ended up testifying against him in the J6 committee showed him, yes, there are this many million people in that state that voted for you. Then he released
right.
the money. That is not the way we run a country. Okay. That is not the way it works.
By the way, California is not the only one. There's Puerto Rico, Georgia. There's a
Yep.
few others.
Yep.
So get ready. Get ready for, if there's a hurricane in New York, we could have another Hurricane Sandy. You know, we may very well be on our own.
Right.
You know, but so this is what we're looking at. Now, Russell Vought's done it before. Can we keep him out? Express that you now know who this person is
Right.
and what he's doing. If you are against Project 2025, you are against Russell Vought.
Right.
There are a few others. There's a director of the FCC. There's a couple other guys who are Heritage Foundation guys. He's
Right.
putting these people in power now.
Right. And as I said in the opening, Some people are going to slip through. We know this, but you know what? This doesn't mean that you don't call. You got to call and make your voice heard. This guy, I believe, is up for confirmation this week. We need to make sure that your voice is heard and that they hear you. If they are, you know, you're probably not going to get these people on the line. You don't need to. They take messages.
Right.
Those messages get relayed. You need to let them know that Russell Vought must not be confirmed for the Office of Management and Budget. End of story.
If you were screaming about Project 2025, this guy you don't want in.
Right. You don't.
That's basically it. And he is laying out the blueprint. Is he competent? He
He's
knows what he's
competent if you
doing.
like Project 2025
Like,
ideology
exactly.
because he built the program, but he's not competent to run the American Office of Management and Budget for the American people.
Because he's not for the American people.
That's exactly
Is he a
right.
yes man? He actually created a program that Trump loves.
Right.
So, it's not like Trump has to worry about him saying yes or no.
Right.
He's one of the architects of this thing. So he's a pretty dangerous guy.
Yep.
And you're going to see it in
Yep.
the budget. And if Trump can, can if he can bypass the Senate and the House and Vought will point out the times that he can do that. That's even more dangerous.
Right.
I mean, you always talk about uh, presidents, exceeding their power. Trump's going to do it,
Yep.
okay?
Or he's
And the
going to try to
blizzard
do
of
it.
right, or try to do it. The blizzard of freaking executive orders is going to come. God help me. I don't even know how many he's going to have.
Look, he already tried once to get when the obviously the House and the Senate is already in. They're already in. They've already been sworn in for the new term. We're waiting for him for the 20th. He's already asked them to please pass all of these people now in one en masse vote. He's going to try all this shit. The answer has to be no. We have to be tuned into what he's doing. Are we done? We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
We're done with Russell Vought, and we need to be done with Russell Vought.
Russell Vought. Yeah.
Talk to you later.